Welcome to the Everyday Friends. I'm joined by PW Nel, investment specialist from Allan Gray and Ruvan, my colleague at Bovest. We're talking investment styles. You get different asset managers and they manage money in a different way. PW, at Allan Gray, how do you manage money? What's your outlook about money and investing?
Thank you, Geo. I'll share 3 sort of core principles that guide our decision making at Allan Gray. So firstly, we believe short-term headlines drive short-term performance, but stock selection matters over the long term. Then secondly, we believe and we look to understand companies really, really well, and we do deep research to determine what these companies are actually worth before we invest into them. And thirdly, we value risk management and capital preservation before superior returns. So it's a combination of those 3 factors that we believe and that we hold dear in how we manage money at Allan Gray.
So if we look at the different investment styles, we get value, which is just looking at the price, buying cheaper. We get momentum, buying a share that's running. We get growth. And then if we look at Allan Gray, they define themselves as contrarian.
That's right.
That's the word. If you can just explain what that means and just how that fits into your philosophy.
Yeah, so I think contrarian basically means you're looking for opportunities in other places of the market. Prices that are maybe like it's been out of favor, or it might be some of those places that the headlines aren't focused on. So we spoke about the Magnificent 7 earlier and how these companies have dominated news flow quite more recently. So for us at Allan Gray, we tend to look at other opportunities that are available on the market. For example, the biotech sector. Prior to COVID, it was a market darling and it sold off quite a bit. And now we are starting to find opportunities in that space. So it's looking quite differently than what the benchmark looks or sort of what our peers. It's just looking for opportunities.
It's not necessarily sexy, because I know other asset managers, they go into the 4th industrial revolution or the FANG plus type of stocks. So things are very sexy, it draws attention. But yeah, you guys have a different way of managing that.
Yeah, I also think, it's funny, you talk to people around the braai, the DIY investor, and he's always got that one stock that did amazing. But we know he took a gamble on that stock. And of course, I think that's sort of the misconception about asset managers.
Yeah, that's right.
It's not a gamble.
Yeah.
Everything is based on fact. Lots of research and lots of delving quite deeply into the financials of companies. Maybe just go into that a bit for us.
Yeah, I think we do very deep research to determine what companies are worth. We've got quite a well-resourced analyst team, and when they're looking at an opportunity, they'll really go in depth into looking at that company, understanding how it generates profit, who the competitors are, what are the bigger themes or trends, and just making sure when you invest in a company that you're actually positioned on the right side of it. It's looking at, for example, like beer volumes, or it's looking at logistics and physically looking at America and seeing how many trucks are on the road to determine is there a demand improvement for logistics companies. So it's doing very deep research to understand what a company is worth, what the opportunity is, and when we invest our money into that company, will they still be there in the next 10 or 20 years?
Yeah, and that same investor will only tell you about the one winner and
only his wins,
not about the 9 losers. But for us, once again, as independent advisors, it gives us a lot of confirmation in what we do, that we can have the existence of companies like Allan Gray, your brain trust, if I can call it that, all the education around that to help us assist our clients in manage money effectively. So thank you, and we look forward to the journey ahead with.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
We appreciate it.